As you guys probably know, Conor McGregor has been making the rounds on Twitter because after Mike Perry just lost to Jake Paul, Conor McGregor supposedly fired Mike Perry. We're going to take a look at those tweets and we want to talk about Jake Paul a little bit and kind of what the MMA community is saying about this entire thing, because I find the topic interesting because, of course, Jake Paul is knocking out all of these. I don't want to call Mike Perry washed, but you know what I mean. He's not facing the top talent UFC level fighters. We're going to get into that in just a second. Again, guys, I would love to know what you think. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's start off with this original post over from Conor McGregor. Jake Paul is the biggest piss bag I've ever seen in my life. 40-pound weight difference, juiced out of his head, and still crapping himself in there. I don't even know what that word, I don't even know who that is or he's comparing him to. You should take him to Vegas. Oh, that's right. You could never. The Athletic Commission testing, real fighting, bitch asses. You could never. And then calling out 60-year-old Mike Tyson fresh off of a flight medical emergency. I swear to God, a fat can of bitch piss, most valuable piss bag. And of course, Conor McGregor went off on Jake Paul, which I would imagine that he has no intention on fighting. That's my big guess because, of course, Jake Paul would be too big for Conor McGregor, to be honest with you. But that's not the only tweet that he had. He continued on, and this is where, I find Conor so funny, dude. And I have had my fair share of criticism for Conor McGregor. It's been difficult to be a Conor McGregor fan over the years, but when he goes on these Twitter rants over here, again, I find it so funny. Hey, Mike, you're released, and you can go and compete in your smelly, dirty boxing championship thing. The smell of it, good luck. You're fired. And I agree with that. The all-time McGregor tweet. I just find it so funny how much influence Conor has. And a lot of people are taking this at face value in the sense where, okay, we all know that Conor McGregor is joking. We all kind of find it funny. The thing that I always point back to is the perfect example being Conor Matthews. His name is Matthew from this point forward. And thanks, champ, everybody says. I find that just so funny. I love meme culture. I love when the internet can kind of just turn something that normal into just something completely random, like the MMA guru did with John Jones. I find that stuff so funny. But I wanted to take a look at a couple top replies from both of these tweets, kind of get the idea of what the MMA community is saying. And as always, again, I would love to know what you think down below. Let's take a look over at Vids Viral 97. He fought one real boxer in Tommy Fury and lost. He cherry picks and always has an unfair advantage. That's what Jake Paul does. We all know that he does that he's been doing that for a long time now. I'm just surprised at the amount that every stadium is always sold out. And I'm weirdly interested in what Jake Paul's doing. I believe it's fixed. I do. But it's just, it's weird to me why we all continue to pay attention to it. So let's continue on over to Stunny 99. It's actually sick. He looked 5 weight classes bigger. Clear weight advantage on all of those shots. And that's what Jake Paul does, man. He wants to be taken serious as a boxer, but you cannot continue to do what he's doing. Cherry picking opponents. Fighting a 60-year-old in Mike Tyson. You can't do that. Fighting Ben Askren off of a hip surgery. You want to be taken serious as a boxer, yet you keep cherry picking your opponents in that sense. And we all know that Mike Perry, he's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong, but he's nowhere near the top level of competition. You won't get the respect for beating Mike Perry, especially a guy that you have so much size against. No one cares about your opinion on him. At least he fights. And the reason that I want to include this one is because a lot of people have been saying this. At the end of the day, people do care what McGregor thinks, but some fans seem to be getting a little bit tired of Conor McGregor. Let's continue on over to another post. Mike lost to Jake Paul and got fired in the same night. Got to feel for him. And these are the kind of the meme tweets that people are putting in. And I think it's really funny, but do I feel for Mike Perry? Yes and no. It must hurt the ego to lose to Jake Paul, to lose to what everybody deems to be a YouTuber. And I understand that Jake Paul, he's not a pro boxer, but at the end of the day, he is a boxer. I don't think there's really a huge amount of shame in losing to him, especially with the disadvantage, and it could be arguably fixed. The only thing that I have an issue with is I would understand the ego hit if it was fixed, because you can beat this guy. Woodley, for example, everybody thinks that's fixed. That would be a huge hit to the ego because you can beat this guy, but you just acted like you got flatlined, right? So I wanted to bring you over to another post over here by Terrence McKinney, which is very interesting. Of all people, you're mad he went and boxed to get a big payday. Come on, brother, you should understand. You did the same thing. Maybe BKFC should pay more if you want to keep that talent house. I don't know, but this ain't it, brother. You're better than this. And I don't understand why people reply with this stuff down here, but I do agree with that. McGregor did the same thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with going over and getting a payday. If anything, I'm happy for Mike Perry. I don't know if Mike Perry extended his family, but I know that Mike Perry has a son, and I think that's really awesome. If he went over there to get a payday, he probably, this is a ballpark, I don't know how much money he got, but he probably got like $500K to $1 million for fighting Jake Paul, right? Mike Perry, is he the biggest name? No, Nate Diaz would be the biggest name, but I think it's awesome that he went over there and did that. And a boxing match isn't nearly as damaging as bare knuckle boxing, as dangerous as MMA. Mike Perry went over there and got a payday, and I feel happy for him. Regardless, though, guys, as always, I find it hilarious when Conor McGregor, you know what would be funny, actually, is to upload a video of, like, McGregor's best tweets. I think that'd be a pretty good video. I might get working on that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know what your opinion on everything is down below, and I will see you over in the next video. In the meantime, check out this full card breakdown for this weekend, guys. I'll see you over there. Take care.